their daughter and supporting their daughter. So I don't know whether that's, I don't know.
There is a link between the Antwoord and Drake, and
There
I
is,
just
yeah.
remembered it.
Yeah.
Drake asked them to go on tour with him. And a few gigs in, she posted on her Instagram a picture of Drake with the words, "I'm a massive A-G star OT on the thing," and saying, this lad's cack, and they did not happy about it at all.
Yeah, I do remember that. There was a thing about that where she was getting done for
homophobic slurs.
They were trying to do her for homophobic slurs and bigotry, and something came out then about what was it? Something came out about messages or emails that Drake had maybe sent to them that were not nice either, and it just kind of got out of control.
Yeah.
Again, that's not protecting anybody. I think Drake is probably this generation's Gary Glitter. Let's be brutally honest. Within a couple of years, we're going to hear
grooming more than his beard, I can tell you that.
Yeah, he doesn't seem like a nice person.
Fuck Drake. His music is fucking shite as well.
Absolute garbage.
Like people go to me, you listen to Kanye West, I'm like, man, the goal for difference
He's
between
just mad.
Kanye West.
He's just mad.
Yeah, but musically, Drake's music sounds like
shite.
A really cheap drum machine with someone mumbling over it. And you know what, man?
Good.
I didn't know anything about this, like, musician kind of thievery and stuff like that, but I just know that every time I see the Antwoord, I get this cringy thing in my back. Why is this? I'd
be with you there. I get a shiver down my spine.
I think, do you know what annoys me? Every interview where someone tries to ask them, so explain the Zeph thing, they have this real,
they can't.
Mate, you wouldn't get it, man.
Yeah.
You're not there for the Zeph culture. It's very hard to explain, man. Yeah. And she's all like, it's very hard to explain. Just that little
well shaving her eyebrows off.
Little backup behind me.
Yeah.
And like, I remember the first song I heard by them was that, I am your butterfly, or whatever like that. And I was like,
that was a big song.
That's all right.
It's grand.
And then the more I heard, and everyone I knew was going, have you heard the Antwoord? It's amazing. It's new. It's crazy. And I listened and I was like, this sounds like absolute garbage to me. Just shite.
For me, Die Antwoord sound like the most experimental Bjork stuff mixed with a fucking drum machine, a shitty drum machine.
But Gar, you're not part of the Zeph culture, so you don't understand, man. You don't understand that it's an art. It's more of an art movement out of the oppression in South Africa. Yeah, cool, okay, grand. But the songs sound like pig shit. And I'm sorry, but if I stick them on my headphones, I don't get that whole... I don't get fed into that whole culture. Part of it. I have to listen to it on a musical level, and it sounds like dog shit.
I'll be honest with you. There's a couple of Die Antwoord songs that I don't hate. I don't own anything by them, but if they're on, I don't really care.
Do you know what the bits that get me is when like he stops rapping, he goes, "You never thought I was going to make it, but here I am, king of the world." In the middle of the song, you're like, "What are you talking about?"
State, yeah.
Like he has like these, like, he's talking about times he was, I don't know, bullied or something by other musicians. He's like, "You never thought I was going to amend to anything, but here I am."
Yeah,
that accent got, not gonna lie, that accent got real weird there. And I'm not bad at the South African accent, but I can't do it in his style.
It's a savage accent. It's the greatest. What is it?
That's like pretty. I don't even know how.
I don't understand it. It's the greatest.
Yeah,
it's like Dutch meets Australian.
Well, it's hugely Dutch. Of course, it's hugely Dutch.
Yeah.
Dude,
Boers.
I'm not doing a geography lesson for anyone here now.
Give us a good Boer accent. Yeah.
Frank the Boer.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, listen, that's Max Normal.
I know I came across very ignorant during the whole segment, but sometimes...
That's fine. I'm just trying to give an idea of the birthplace of, like, the global phenomenon that was Die Antwoord.
I understand. And sometimes I have to say this. We are essentially pub shite talk in a podcast.
Yeah.
So you're going to hear a bit of ignorance out of us sometimes. And me, with the Antwoord, it might not always be logical or even fair, especially with reggae. But I have to just say, and I'm not always able to explain why it annoys me that much, but that whole fucking little scene that they brought from South Africa, brilliant. They brought it over here and they're trying to, they're using it as a vehicle, yet they're kind of almost going, you wouldn't get it.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck off then.
Yeah, that seems to be the selling point, is you don't understand it.
Yeah, okay. I don't care about it either.
Anyway, hit me with your last one. Let's get out of here.
My last one is a band called What Is This?
I don't know anything about this.
This is a big one, and this is the reason that I left this to the end, because I thought it was going to be a kind of quick one. I'll go, right, I'll give myself like half an hour to research this later. Of course, this one explodes. So, California band, What Is This? Started by Alan Johannes, Jack Irons, Hillel Slovak, and Michael Balzari. Now, Hillel Slovak taught his mate, Michael Balzari, how to play bass.
Yeah.
Michael Balzari, the bassist, is Flea.
Yeah, I knew that name.
So he taught him how to play bass. Now, Flea, what you think about Red Hot Chili Peppers and Flea, incredible bassist.
Yeah, great.
Not a real bad guy. It seems fine. Whatever.
He seems to be the nicest one in that band.
He seems like... I really like listening to him. A lot of stuff is fucking spiritual, be nice to each other, fucking throwaway...
Surfer, hippie shite, yeah.
Whatever. But he seems really
Point
cool.
Break shite.
I like him. And at the time, Anthony Kiedis was like their roadie and kind of hanging around the band and stuff like that. Should have left him there. So...
Honestly.
So what is this? We're kind of playing a few gigs around like 1980 and 81.
Really? That early?
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
So Flea left in 82 to join Fear.
Fuck off.
The band Fear.
He joins Fear.
Joins Fear in 82, which is... This is still a go bit after Fear. Well, not really, actually.
1981 would have been big. 1981, 1982.
79 would be Fear, wouldn't it? Really? So what was the Saturday night? What was the Saturday Night Live?
1980, I think.
Where was it? Jim Belushi got that fucking...
Yeah, Jim Belushi and...
got them on, massive fan of them.
Everybody from Bad Brains and Cro-Mags were there who wrecked Saturday Night Live.
The stage, it's brilliant.
Yeah,
if you don't know this...
New York's all the way for dancing.
That's beef below.
Beef alone, yeah.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
That performance
Fair
is
incredible.
Yeah. So if you don't know
One of the earliest bands ever to have a saxophone player.
Yeah.
Saxophone player in that band.
But in a good way.
They got back together again last year doing a gig in Rebellion in England.
Yeah.
Apparently it was incredible.
So, like, I think even after 82 when he joined Fear in
I just said New York's alright if you like dancing. New York's alright if you like saxophone. Jesus fucking Christ.
You're thinking Saturday night's alright for dancing.
Yeah.
Saturday night's alright for a saxophone.
Saturday. I'm losing me fucking shit. I'm all mixed up here.
Amazing. So in 1983, Flea sets up like a one-off band for a one-off gig with members of What Is This? Who were kind of like, I don't know, I don't really like their music, whatever. It's not even particularly, they had a bit of a funky streak or whatever like that, but to me it's just sort of rock. I wouldn't really be, like, listen to this song. What's the name of the song I picked?
The song's called I'll Be Around.
Yeah, I don't know. This is the only song on Spotify by them, so there's probably much better ones.
It's just on one of these weird compilations.
Yeah, the weird compilations that I was thankful that there was something there for. So Flea sets off a one-off band with Kiedis, Slovak, and Jack Irons. The band is called Tony Flo and the Miraculous Majestic Masters of Mayhem. They do a one-off gig, and it was such a big hit. This is with Kiedis, like, rapping sort of poems over it, that they decided to do a proper band out of it, and they called that the Red Hot Chili Peppers. So that's the Red Hot Chili Peppers.
So fuck this band then.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Here's the mad thing. I was about to wrap it up going, yeah, listen, the band, what is it? You know what I mean? I think they might got back together for a gig or two after that. But basically, they didn't really need to, because you're talking about Irons, Kiedis, Slovak, and Flea are in Red Hot Chili Peppers. Irons leaves Red Hot Chili Peppers and becomes the drummer from Pearl Jam.
Really?
This is why it links back into Green River.
Yeah.
So, this is crazy. So Slovak is playing guitar for them at the time during this Red Hot Chili Peppers. Irons left to become
Ozymandias.
The Pearl Jam drummer in 1994. So his first album would have been Vitalogy. Yeah, his first album was Vitalogy, and he played up until Yield, and then he was replaced by Irons got kind of sick. Well, he's touring so much, it just took his toll on him. He wanted to spend more time with his family. So he was replaced then by Matt Cameron of Soundgarden when Soundgarden broke up in 98, I think. I think they broke up around 98.
I'm going to tell you a secret. I know nothing about Pearl Jam. Pearl Jam, when I was a young fella, were one of my least favourite bands ever.
Yeah, I liked them a lot, but they were... Like, we talked about this in Green River. They were, like, just aiming for the big time straight away. Yeah. That's cool, fine.
I could never... When I was a young fella, I couldn't wrap my head around Pearl Jam. Out of all those bands... They were the one I was like, no, I couldn't do it.
I'm not going to lie to you. They were one of my favourites simply because of Jeremy and Black. Because I remember all those songs. Really dark songs.
But I hated them.
Really?
I hated them. They weren't rough enough.
No, yeah, well, you can tell they're not rough enough. Compared to even Nirvana.
Yeah.
And, Soundgarden are a different story because they were more...
Almost a classic
bluesy
rock.
Yeah, classic rock.
But the Pearl Jam, when I was a young fella, done fucking... nothing for me.
Really?
And I had this conversation with somebody about a year ago, and they were
even flow.
I didn't hate it. it was fine. It just didn't. I never own. Still to this day, I don't own a single Pearl Jam album.
Really?
I don't own one of them. Not one.
You see,
I've torn my nose up at all of them.
I love 10. The album 10 for me is fantastic, but I don't really like much after that because It got a bit flouncy for me.
Do you know what my favourite Pearl Jam song is? Do the Evolution.
That's a banger. You see, that's when after they got back into heavier stuff like that. Yeah,
I love that song. That's a savage song.
Yeah, but they have heavy as folk songs as well, like Porch and Yellow Ledbetter and all that. But
they've just done nothing for me. But I had this conversation recently with somebody, and they said, "Do you know what? I'm getting old." And I said, "Why are you getting old?" I actually like Pearl Jam now, and I felt. I thought
that was going to happen to me because see, to me, 10 is completely different. The rest of the stuff we're talking about, like songs like "Don't
Send
Come,"
the Foursome with the
"Don't
Llama"
Come.
and whatever.
No, they're all have their hand up in the air.
I can't remember.
That's Versus.
I remember Vitalogy being a big deal. Remember that album being a big deal. I remember really, really liking the cover. And even to this day,
the leather cover with
it's
gold.
textured. Even when you buy the LP, it's textured. It's cool looking.
So is it gold or silver or just?
I can't remember. I think it might be gold. I'm not sure.
I'm honestly, after that, I know what you're saying now. If I hadn't heard 10, I'd feel the same way about Pearl Jam. I just really, really love 10. After that, I can pick and choose bits off the albums, but the slower acoustic stuff is not for me.
Yeah. That's what I think of when I think of.
And I think they're really well written songs like Daughter and Old Woman Behind the Counter, whatever the fuck that song's called. And I just, like, I'm grand, and like other people are singing, I'm like, oh my God, isn't this such a great song, Last Kiss and all, or whatever. I'm like, no, not for me, man. This to me is just acoustic music. Now they've obviously a few, like Do the Evolution, and they've a few absolutely.
The video for Do the Evolution's a beast as well.
It's incredible.
Beast.
It looks like a Todd McFarlane kind of thing.
It's all like the Freak on a Leash fucking video.
Yeah. So anyway, listen. What is this became that one-off band that got huge based on Red Hot Chili Peppers got huge. Slovak died in 1998 of a heroin overdose and was replaced by John Frusciante,
who also took to the fucking dirt bag.
I think the whole band loved a bit of the gear.
I'd say so.
So yeah, that I didn't realise that there was a link between my last two bands being Irons, who joined Pearl Jam.
Such is the beauty of lost art, folks.
Irons is a good drummer, really good drummer. And obviously so is Matt Cameron. So if you're going to... It just seemed a good timing when he was getting sick. After leaving Chili Peppers, joining Pearl Jam, getting sick of touring. Like, it takes its toll on some people. They can't do it. They can't do the full touring schedule.
Those summer flus are the worst all-timer.
Summer flus make me feel... Back to the early brothers. It's all linked, man. Yeah. It's all linked. That's it. What is this? It wouldn't be my band. Neither would Red Hot Chili Peppers. Like we said, not really Pearl Jam either. I do really love. You know what? Yeah. I could make, if you put 10 on one side of an album and then another like 20, 30 songs on another separate CD. That's for me. Is Pearl Jam.
Yeah. I'm the same now. Yeah. But like I said, when I was a young fella, I couldn't do it. I just couldn't do it. There was a thing for me when I was like 16, 17. That Pearl Jam were like the girls' band. And like Soundgarden were the boys' band.
Really?
Yeah.
That's mad.
Yeah, in my kind of little circle.
I didn't see that.
In my circle, that's the way it was. The girls had Pearl Jam t-shirts. The lads had like Mudhoney and fucking Blind Melon t-shirts and shit like that, you know? Yeah. But that was just lads trying to be fucking cool pricks, you know? Now I'm older, I can absolutely appreciate it. There's loads of that Pearl Jam stuff I love the bits. But I still don't know. They wouldn't be a band that I could talk to somebody about.
I find when I stick one of their albums on, I'm like, deadly, and a song will come on, I'm like, no.
I put it this way, I will always be on the receiving end of Pearl Jam. You know what I mean? I'm never going to, I'm never going to be on the giving end. I don't know enough about them at all. That it?
Don't listen to, what is this?
Yeah, don't do that. Well, do listen to that song, just so you can slag it. Tell us on Facebook.
I'm not even, like we said, I'm 100% sure Flea is on that exact recording because it's too hard.
But that's the band.
It's too hard.
But we get to a point where you just can't point fingers at it. That's it for Before They Were Famous. That was a good one. That was an hour and 44 minutes without too much guffing around.
Lots of info in there.
Loads of info there. Loads of bands to get you started.
We took a little sidetrack to talk about people overdoing the Irish music.
And my nipples.
On your nipples. Yeah. We went on to a bit of how much I do not like the Ant word.
Yeah, that's fine. That's what we're here for.
That's it.
Listen, what you can do if you like these, we've got a few more Patreon followers today. If you like the podcast, you can help us out by going to patreon.com/Lost Art Podcast. If you don't want to give us like €4.35 or whatever it is a month, or for as long as you want, you don't have to sign up for forever. You can jump in for a month, listen to those fucking podcasts,
check out those ones
and the videos that we put up, and then knock it on the head, whatever you think. You can do that.
If you don't, it's really helpful if you forgot to knock it on the head.
Yeah, that's the way I've always worked.
You just kept helping us.
That's the way I've worked it. Thank you, fucking alt girls of Ireland.
Wow.
I keep forgetting about me signing up for your stuff.
While you're drunk?
Do you? No, what are you talking about?